So lately on the channel we've been pulling engines, removing things, doing exhaust modifications, turning up boost. Today's video is going to be coming back a little bit from the exciting stuff and doing something for my personal comfort. See, we've been working on the Chaser and trying to make it really good as a driver's car, and there's other things that you need to do to make the car a little bit more fun for the driver. You see, the Chaser right now is awesome to drive. It's super fun, but there's times that you just want to sit back and relax and enjoy it as a normal car. Today we'll be installing this thing. We're going to install a Pioneer head unit. Now, I don't know how successful this is going to go. Oh man, it's seen better days. It's pretty grimy actually. Pioneer, baby. Originally I was going to keep the OEM head unit and just, roll with that and just have my own CDs, and so I can just play CDs like that. But I don't have any sort of Bluetooth control, so I thought, may as well just install this head unit because I got it for free. I got it from the Camry that we're working on in the back over here. So we've currently just pulled the engine out of that Camry over there, and it's just chilling over here, and we're sort of just fixing it all up. Lachlan's car, because he's doing a engine swap again, has his engine has issues with it, and it's just cheaper buying a Camry engine rather than replacing the seals that his engine needs. So yes, my garage is filled with engine components. So this is probably not going to take too long. I mean, it's working on a car, so it's probably going to take longer than I think it will. But the first issue that we're coming across here is that the person who did the wiring for this, they hardwired this into the plugs itself. And I hate it when people do that, because you can literally buy ISO cables or whatever they're called. So you can just plug them in directly to the ports. So it's cheaper to do it the way that they did. You may as well just spend an extra 20 or 30 bucks getting the cables so that you can easily just plug and play it. All right, let's start removing this stuff. I'm gonna firstly look at what cables this thing has, so I know exactly what to buy. So we will find out in a second. There's a good look at the the manual swap job. From what I've heard so far with the sound system in the Chaser, it's actually really good. Coming from so long ago, you wouldn't expect the sound system to be that good, but it is. And it's a bit annoying having to burn a CD every time you want to hear a song in your car, so I thought may as well just replace the whole thing with that unit that we have over there. It's going to cost near to nothing, because all we need is the cables. Unless Chaser cables are a little bit different, which I'm hoping that they're not. Pretty simple to get this thing out. Easy install, baby. Damn, that boost controller is in the way. Just a bunch of 10 mils, it looks like. It's like this whole unit comes out as one. I get a lot of you guys asking me questions on how I sort of learned to work on cars. The truth is, I never really did. I just sort of took things apart and sort of learned from taking things apart and breaking things, and you sort of get to understand that cars aren't put together like crazy futuristic, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but cars are really easy to work on. They're made to be worked on, unless they're European, of course. That's another story, and I have worked on European cars, but you sort of just look at everything and you can figure out exactly where everything goes when you do it enough. What's that I need to do? Oh yes, one more here. Right now I'm sort of just tugging on things and seeing that it's not budging, so you don't want to make anything. Don't use too much force. If you're using too much force and something's not happening, it means that you're doing something wrong. You need to use a little bit of force, but we almost got this out, so I'll show you guys. So I've got 4 bolts out here. Yup, oh my god, that's a big unit. Doesn't help that I have everything in the way, but There we go, okay, sweet. Alright, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for removing this thing and not keeping it OEM and Japanese and JDM, whatever, but it's a cool little system and all, plays CDs very well. Actually, I didn't even remove my Pepsi Max 2004 top hits in there. Oh god, that's going to be stuck in there forever. Now here's what I mean about the ISO cables as well. I think they're just the 2 up here. So you can get connectors that directly connect like a Pioneer Sony head unit onto your car from Repco or Super Cheap Auto, so you don't actually need to do any wiring most of the time. So I'm just going to take a picture of these plugs and just confirm it at Repco. Alright, so I've taken pictures of the ISO cable thingos, whatever they're called, the connectors inside of the cabin, as well as the 16 plug pin that's back here as well. So we're going to go to Repco now, because they usually have everything, and see if they can give me some ISO cables, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. It just makes everything so much easier. You need to do it. Alright, we are back from getting the parts from Repco, so I'll quickly show you exactly what they are. Here are the parts. Show you what they are in a sec. Before I show you the parts, I want to show you guys Lachlan's MR2. Now, I know a lot of people that click on the Chaser videos don't follow the other stuff, so that's totally fine, but we're not going to reveal everything here. Something's going on. Something's going on with Lachlan's car. It's got another color. I will show that in another video. Alright, so here we are. These are the ISO cables that you need to install a head unit in your car. Now, it's a lot simpler doing this than actually hardwiring the head unit in yourself. It's a lot easier to do this because literally plug and play. And if you want to get rid of the head unit in the future, you can just take it out, remove these plugs, and not have to worry about rewiring in another head unit. So the first thing you need to find is a cable for your car. In this case, we have a Toyota, so Toyota. The next thing you get is the matching cable for the brand of head unit that you have. In this case, it's a Pioneer head unit with a 16-pin plug, so we've got that. This should just plug in and we should get everything working. These should go into here. Oh, looks like we already have an issue. Yeah. I've actually just gone back to Repco and bought another set of cables because I bought the wrong ones. Anyway, I want to retrieve that Pepsi Max CD disc, so I'm going to quickly get that. Oh, it just came out. Alright, so we now have the new plugs connected to the wiring harness. So when we plug this in, it should turn on everything. So here's the head unit. Plug this sucker in. When we turn the key, this thing should turn on, in theory. Sweet. Here we go. Let's see if this thing works. Pairing. Oh, how do I select yes? Uh-oh. What have I done? Some no copyright chill music. Sounds like that speaker over there is broken. I think it's blown. So everything works, which is awesome. I just listened to some music that was copyrighted, so I couldn't keep that in. So what we need to do now is transfer everything over from this bracket to this bracket, or just like remove this stuff. So it's going to be a little bit of a pain. So I'll get back to you when I've done that. But obviously the brackets are different because this one's for the Camry and that one's for the Chaser. Putting these bolts on, sort of lining everything up, so I won't have a double din anymore, which is kind of strange, but oh well, should be right. Looks like it's right. Quite honestly, guys, I don't think it gets simpler than that. Look at that, everything's on there. The brackets are both on now. It's crazy the amount of extra screws and holes that these brackets have to support aftermarket head units. I think Toyota really thought about that back then, and I'm sure most other car brands did as well, but it's just insane how easy this stuff is. It's only a head unit install, but some people will find it's pretty difficult. There you go. Let's see if it all fits up. I also have a little bit of a question for anyone out there that knows exactly what this is, because I don't know what it is. There's one thing for the antenna, and then there's another little bit right there, and I don't exactly know what that's for, so I'm not going to plug it in. But if you guys know, let me know. I'm just going to plug the antenna one in. Just a reverse install. I've got that all in there. Just need to put the bolts in, just 4 of them, and yeah. Alright, so almost done. Last piece of the puzzle. I just took this off to clean it. There we go. There we go, looking good. Now, before we put everything back together fully, I'm just going to test it all works. Sweet. Everything is fully installed. I've checked everything to make sure it's working. I've also connected my phone just before I do this so I can make sure you guys get the best sort of... Hey, come on. Alright, turns on, baby. Let's play some non-copyrighted music. Damn! Sounds good! Alright! I'm glad about this now that I can hit boost and also now enjoy some music, which is awesome. I'm super excited for it. I really want to drive this thing around now, but I've got work now. So sweet, there you go guys, we've finally installed a head unit in the Chaser. It was super easy, especially when you get the right cables and all that. I don't know why you would ever hardwire the cables and destroy the loom when you can literally just get some cables for about 20 or 30 bucks and yeah, install it pretty easily. So it's actually much easier doing it that way anyway with these cables. I'll show you the brand of them as well. Air Pro, I think that's what it's called. So you got to get the Toyota ISO connector and the Pioneer to ISO harness 16 pin or whatever your head unit is. Part of me wants to keep this JDM spec head unit box. I don't know why. I feel like I should not get rid of it. I have no idea why. But it was sort of bugging me because, you know, we weren't able to play the music that I wanted to. I mean, I could put CDs in and just burn music on there, but I just couldn't be bothered doing that every time I wanted to listen to a new song. And also this digital display here was sort of like crinkling up. But how awesome is that? We can finally listen to some tunes in this thing. I mean, that's what the intended purpose of this car is, just to sort of like cruise around, listen to tunes, and, you know, hit that boost every now and then, which is cool. While we're here as well, I may as well give you an update on Lachlan's MR2. So what's happening with that is he's finally got the car back from the shop and we're now going to start working on the engine again. You can see it's all in pieces over here, and the issue that we faced was the fact that the valve stem seals that we got weren't going into the slots that they sit in. So the valve stem seals here, these are the old ones you can see, are pretty worn, and probably the cause of why the car was burning some oil, or that engine was. And what we're going to do with this build is replace the valve stem seals, and we try to use the VRS kit valve stem seals, and they just sort of crumbled on us. I don't know why. They just wouldn't go into the slot, so we sort of cooked it there, just broke one, so Lachlan's ordered a new kit. But you can see here, I don't know if the camera will focus on my hand here, but there's like a really big lip on each one of these seals, so they have to sort of like slot in place, and for some reason we can't get enough pressure with these aftermarket ones. And there's no point getting new ones because they're just too much money. I think a new kit from Toyota is like $300 or $400. Lachlan told me that. I haven't looked personally, but it's very expensive, so it's just cheaper getting like a Repco valve stem seal kit. And although Lachlan's spending less money and buying aftermarket seals, we've heard that they should be fine, and if they're not, then he can deal with it. It's not my engine, it's not my choice here. So if you guys want to tell Lachlan what to do, you can message him on Instagram. I'll leave his Instagram right here on the screen, because he'll need some advice from you guys, because this is the first time that we've ever done this, first time Lachlan has ever done this. So I mean, we've had pretty good luck with Kelpro seals for cam seals and remain seals. I've got a Kelpro remain on the MR2 currently, and hasn't had any single issue at all. I haven't got any oil leaks coming from the MR2, which is great, because we're going to take this car all the way up to Brisbane, and we don't want any sort of issues there. But yeah, we do need your help. If you guys do have any advice, we do need your help. So pretty cool though, seeing all the components of an engine. This is probably the hardest thing that we've ever done. Hardest thing we've ever attempted. You can see the keepers here and stuff. I honestly just don't get how something so small can hold a spring in place. It's insane. Like, if one of those were to fly off, you'd completely destroy the engine, which is insane. It just works, which is awesome. Yeah, got a whole bunch of stuff over here. Lachlan's also maintaining AC, so we've got ourselves a AC compressor as well. Yeah, it should be good. Bit of a mess though. Oh man, I know I have no top on, I'm sorry about that. I've got to get this video out and I've got things on today. So I quickly want to remind you guys that we will be going all the way up to the East Coast, and I'm probably going to conclude every video like this just so the people out there find out, because the trip's going to be awesome. Around January 20th, dates aren't fully confirmed yet, but get excited. If you guys want to meet me, comment down below and let me know what state that you're in. I guess on that bombshell, we'll end today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out. Catch you on the next one.